Hello, my loved ones. Hello, my friends. My name is Jeff Hubble. My Indian name is Whitehorse. Whew. I'm here to share a moment of your time, of our time sharing together. We want to dream together for a minute. We want to hear each other's hearts. We want to hear the prayer that we are all calling down the highest light, the highest divine medicine, mystery, healing, divine equality, masterful apprenticeship with the divine consciousness, ascended masters, the divine beings, Christ consciousness, the archangels, ascended host, the Devic kingdom, the nature kingdom. I'm out here in Mother Nature's kingdom today. The cosmic being and the cosmic beings and the great cosmic light. We welcome you all. The wind, the Christ fire breath, the purity, the mana, prana, the chi that flows from the mountains, the pure, pristine consciousnesses of the sacred, mysterious, quiet, calm, snow-covered or jungle-covered places in our earth. This is where the highest frequencies exist, in these places. The retreats of the masters, the etheric retreats, exist above these sacred places. Most of them are in the high mountains. As you go up, the more higher frequency vibration, the thinner the air, the less humans have affected it. So I honor Himalayas, I honor Tabor and the Rockies, I honor Meru and the Andes, Lake Titicaca, the Swiss Alps, all the great Alps. Hey yo hey yo hey yo hey, hey yo hey yo hey. Hey yo hey yo hey yo hey, hey yo hey yo hey. Hey yo hey yo hey yo hey yo hey, hey hey hey. Hey 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 hey. Hey 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 hey. Hey, 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 ho, 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 hey. Hey yo hey yo hey ya, ho hey ha, ho hey ha. Hey yo hey yo hey ha, ho hey ha, ho hey ha. Hey yo 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 hey. Hey yo hey yo hey yo hey yo hey yo hey. Hey yo hey yo hey. Yo hey, hey yo 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 hey, hey yo hey yo hey yo hey yo hey yo hey yo hey way yo hey yo hey, way yo hey yo hey yo hey yo hey yo away, 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 Yahweh. Yahweh. Ya, hey ya. Hey ya, hey ya, ya, hey ya, hey ya. Hey ya, hey ya, ya, hey ya, hey ya. Hey ya, hey ya, ya, hey ya, hey ya. Hey ya, hey ya, ya, yo. Ho, ho. Hey ya, hey. Ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ha, hey ha. Hey ya, hey ya, ya, hey ha, hey ya. Hey ya, hey ya, ya, hey ya, 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 ya. Ya, 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 ya. Ya, 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 ya. Ya, 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 ya. Ya, 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 yo, hey, ha, ha, hey, ya, hey, ha, ha, ho, hey. Hey, ha, ha, hey, yo, hey, ha, ha, hey, yo, hey, ha, ha, ya, ha. Hey, yo, hey, yo, hey, yo, hey, yo, hey, hey. Hey, ya, hey, ya, hey, ha, ha, ha. Hey, ya, hey, ya, ha, hey, ya, hey, ya, ha, hey. Ha, hey, ha, hey. Hey, ha, hey, ha, hey. Ho, hey. Ho, hey, 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 hey. Ho, da 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 dee 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 doo. Singing to our Mother Earth, singing to the four winds, singing to our Creator. Oh, singing to you all things with life. May freedom come upon us. May freedom arise from within. May the recognition that we are all one, the heart of consciousness, millions and billions of sparks of God, the blessing of being unique. We are all him, her, it, thus the tapestry of all that is creation through our uniqueness. So it's such a joy to find that within the heart, within the spirit, within the soul, within the being. That what I call perfection, that the purity, the goodness, the godness. Once you know it, once you experience it, once you find it, and it's a road and it's a journey to finding it. I'm not saying I live in it all the time and I'm bliss and I'm one of those. No, I am very much a human. I work a 40-hour job and I just have been driven throughout my entire life, adult life for sure, to finding my way, to finding, but knowing, remembering now that there was this faith that I had, raised without religion, without a Bible in my house, but a knowingness inside, because my childhood was challenging, like many or most of us, and we had to find, right? We had to find within. We had to know, well, kids instinctively know. They don't have to reach out, try to find their sanity again and make their way back from the chaos and the corruption of this world. They're just there. They just know. They're creative. They do things. They move things. They create things. They have fun. They play. They move energy. Many of us empathic like myself, who took on the pain of everyone around me. And it wasn't easy. I was a nervous wreck, and I had a lot of nervous personality things and tics and nervous habits, and run around stuttered. I stuttered for a phase. My mother would say, spit it out, spit it out. What are you trying to say? And that was a beautiful mother, farm girl. They did things old school. They're just like, come on, you can do it. You know, they were not going to baby you, that's for sure. But neither did they realize that it was my genetics and my family and the chaos around, and the drugs and alcohol, or not drugs, but the intensity and the escapism that generation we grew up in. But then again, we were all mind controlled. We were all, right? We were brought up in this generation, this civilization of lack and limitation and disease and death and fear, and everything you learn from television or school. And we all know what those guys were up to. Those programmers of the television. Well, the mind control box, I call it. And look what the shows they always had on. What's the programming on tonight? What are we watching tonight? What is programming? See, they like to tell you that stuff. They like to put it in your face that, we got you and we're going to control you and siphon your energy and keep you down and make you struggle and work 40, 60, 80 hours a week and five days on, 2 days off. I always said, why isn't it 4 and 3? Why isn't it half and half? Why isn't it? The native cultures of the world, they hunt, fished, and foraged for 3, 4, 5 months of the year, and after that, they did whatever they wanted. Created, enjoyed, traveled around, did their art, raised their families, and that's worldwide. So you can see how the program has kicked up in this industrial age, since natives would say since white man came, but really it's been all along. It's been some people say 6,000 years this past major mind control, and possibly the great, the reset from these great eras. The Ascended Masters say we've had 6 golden ages back to Lemuria and Atlantis, and they say that it's only a fraction of all they say this in their writings, the Ascended Master teachings, who have been here. Well, we know 12,000 years. We know the Silent Watcher said is this great being that has been watching over the planet. They call it Silent Watcher. It's been waiting 200,000 years for the turning of the precession of the equinoxes every 26,000 years. And so they say there's been all these ages before that. So there's 6, we're entering the 7th. And the Ascended Master teachings say we're entering the 7th permanent golden age. Now isn't that hunky-dory? Isn't that fascinating and fabulous and outrageous and wonderful? And we're all saying, let's get on with it. Let's go. Aquarian age, new age of peace, 1,000 years, Christ consciousness, Christ, the Master's returning. Let's do it. The interface with the cosmic beings. Well, we've been doing it. We all signed up to be here. We all signed up to help out. They say we've been preparing for lifetimes for this, and we've done a lot. We've put a big dent in the last couple 100 years since the founding of America and the all the masterful teachings and all the native wisdom coming back to us from worldwide, and the American First Nations people, and the wisdom of the pyramid cultures around the world. And so, we don't know who exactly ruled them or created them, but there's the light and the dark, right? That was been part of that manipulation and to keep us in that chaos. I mean, sure, we're on a planet of duality. Yes, there's supposed to have been a certain amount of duality so that we learn from contrast. This, that, up, down, left, right. You bump into a wall, a tree, you go around that tree. We have to learn. We have to have the contrast, the opposites. We wouldn't know light without dark, they say. And so, but what happened is it got convoluted. It got taken over by dark forces and got in here on the planet way, way, way back. And they were selfish. The law of one, the raw materials, which were channeled through in the 1970s, 80s, really powerful, masterful teachings from, Ra, the sun god from Egypt, and people say the star consciousness beings, and they say there's two types of people. There's service to self and service to others, people on this planet. And so the service to self got in there and would take, and not give. And look at the 1%ers own 99% of the wealth and all that. The so-called elites, I call them the degenerates. They're not the elite at all. The godly people, the humble, the earth angels, the dedicated ones to putting God first, putting love first, putting peace, harmony, healing, grace first. This is the elites. But they're called the chosen ones. Whew. So we're taking our world back. We've been quite successful of what we've been able to accomplish in this time zone, especially the last 50 years. And so here we are, transforming, transfiguring, resurrecting, and ascending in waves, in cycles. We each are going up these cycles. We're taking these initiations. And we have to remember, first and foremost is God. First and foremost, Christ consciousness. First and foremost is the I am presence within, the God self, the spark of God. I am that says, anything you want in this world, you can have. Yeah, sure. Say, I am this. I'm abundant, I'm prosperous, I'm happy, I'm healthy, I'm whole, I'm at peace, I'm making a difference. I am one with all beings and all lighted beings on this planet. All beings. Ascended Masters say, I am is the only activity. See it like this. I am is the only activity in the hearts and minds of humanity everywhere. The I am in me, the God consciousness in me, is the same I am as in you. Is the same I am as in all beings. So, when we remember that terminology, they brought that through, that teaching of, we have God, we have Creator, we have Prime Creator, we have, Great Spirit, Great Mystery. They say I am presence. When you talk about the I am presence, you connect to the Ascended Masters' octave of perfection. They're up there, they're in a consciousness of perfection. They have a saying, they say you can use, O thou outer illusionary world, outer illusionary self, get thee hence, I know thee not, for I walk in the perfection of my I am presence. Outer illusory, confusing duality, mind control, I take away from you all power to harm or disturb, for I walk in the perfection of my I Am Presence. And I'm where there is no shadow. And I'm free, forever free. Let that sink in for a minute. Let that remind you of your perfection, wholeness. Some people don't like that term, perfection. Nothing's perfect in this world, but maybe Christ, but when we connect to that pillar of light, when we connect to that octave of perfection, when we connect to the host of ascended masters and the great beings that I've described in the beginning, our God consciousness, our ancestors of light, all of them, the dark ones. For the dark ones, we might not know the light. So we honor our shadow and our light. We do our shadow work. We look at our dysfunctions. We face our shortcomings. We face our addictions and our fears and our selfishnesses. But we reach back up. We wouldn't have what we have without the breath of life, the I Am Presence. Every breath, every movement of our body, every ability to our eyes to move, to hear, to see, to think, to feel, to reconnect into the allness. It comes from the mighty beloved I Am Presence, within and above. These are Ascended Master teachings. And you call it deity, your deity, Christ, Maitreya, Buddha, Metatron, Archangel Michael, Divine Mother, Sri Ma, Guru Ma, Ma is the goddess consciousness of India, which comes through many, like Kali Ma. And they call her the dark goddess, but she's not. She can handle anything, and she shakes down the darkness. When we call her in, she shakes down the darkness. Hecate and Sophia and Lilith. They say, we get scared of those dark goddesses. Well, they're not here to cause darkness. They're here to show you, mirror your darkness, and they're the power. They know it all. They're the power that can transform it. I'm not saying call on all these gods. I'm saying, don't be afraid of shadow. Don't be afraid of light. Don't be afraid of night. Don't be afraid of day. Think of all the fears we have, the massive amounts of fears that we have of the dark side, of the night, of the boogeyman, of you don't want to step outside at night because somebody could get you. Yeah, they're fears. Yes, the stuff is also real, but what is the percentage of it being real in your world or your neighborhood? Some are worse than others, granted, neighborhoods, but as compared to the fears and what you see on television and what we were programmed growing up, right? You're watching that box all the time. You watch horror movies, terrible, the news, everything's terrible, 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 terrible. You thinking that's the whole world. You think that's all of existence. No. 95, 99, it's all good. Percent, I was going to say, it's good. It's all good. It's both forces exist on this world, yes. But it's not a duality. It's like one, it's one consciousness, but it's the lower octaves and the higher octaves. It's the lower vibrational all the way up to the higher vibrational, or however you want to see it. But the Ascended Master, Saint Germain, says quite clearly all the time in the writings, he says, what you focus on, you become. What you focus on, become. What you focus on, you become. So it's important. He has this great meditation at dawn and dusk where you only meditate on light. You only meditate on light for 15 minutes. You start out and you say, you first start recognizing the outer and the inner, the outer and the inner. You realize what's outer and what's inner, and I come to understand outer is kind of the world of thought, memory complex, thought and memory. And when you go within is beingness, presence, harmony, oneness, quietude, a meditative state. So for 5 minutes you recognize those two as you're going quieter, watching your breath. And then you just focus on light, the light within, the light of the universe, mirrored outward, of course, but it starts within. Because beingness is within. The body is just one aspect of what we are. They say we have 4 lower bodies here. Feeling world, or emotional body, mental body, etheric body, physical body. They just call them bodies, or vehicles, aspects that make up the physical atomic structure of flesh realm, 3D. And then there's the outer realms. Then there's there's the realms of etheric body, causal body, light body. They call it the electronic body. The atomic body, which is physical, and the electronic is the electrons. And the electrons, from my understanding, within the cell, there's electrons, protons, neutrons. But the electron is, when you call on the electronic body, you're calling on the electron, which is all light, which is the light. So I know that's a little bit scientific, but it's just coming to me to say. So you're there for 15 minutes. You're there for another 10 minutes. Thinking of your body as light. If you're afraid of your thoughts wandering off, just focus on your breath and you'll come right back. Or you're oming. Om. And see your light body bright as the noonday sun. Brilliant light. That's who you really are. Beyond form. Bright as sunlight on diamonds, reflecting off diamonds. Feel the diamonds. Whew. And after your 10 minutes, going deeper and deeper and deeper, letting your body drop, feeling the weight under your butt, under your feet. Whew. Your roots sinking deep, deep, deep into the earth. Crystal core Mother Earth wrapping around deep in her earth, deep in her soil. deep in her crystalline structure, in her pure waters, volcanic magma, nothing but clean, cleanest it could ever be is deep in the earth. Calling in that light from above, the sun, the central sun, becoming a magnet for that in your heart. Filling yourself with light, every cell, 70, 30, 50, 70 trillion cells. Your chakras, your nadis, your meridians, your aura, your torus field, your 4 lower bodies, past, present, future, collapse into the eternal now, the nectar of now, the heart of here, the nectar of now, the heart of here, the nectar of now, the heart of here. Imagine your subconscious, your conscious, and your superconscious collapse into the highest version of yourself. You can imagine yourself healthy, wealthy, and wise. Opulent health, opulent wealth, opulent wisdom. Pure, holy, divine, clean. Born without sin. Born right now. From beginningless time. Never born and never died, the Tibetans say. So we call all that stuff into our now moment. We call all that purity, wisdom, kindness, generosity, all the highest possible aspects, neutralizing all the 7 deadly sins, the lower sins in ourselves and in the world, calling all this, the goodness, all the positive into the world. And we finish our meditation with, as Saint Germain says, whatever you think on, you become. Whatever you meditate on, you become. So we meditate on light. Why? Because light is, from the beginning, light is the perfection and God control of all things. It was here long before God, beginning, God said, let there be light. So that's intrinsic reality. Fans are good for fires. Like those woof woof blowers used in the old times, or even today in the fireplace. Fire needs oxygen and fuel. That's it. And a spark. So I ended there. Love you all. I'm just in the zone, kind of slow and easy today. Having a lot of breakthroughs, a lot of downloads, a lot of initiations, a lot of transformations, as we all are. What I'm going through, you're going through. It's planetary wide. Nothing can stop what's coming, which is already here in the cosmic state, the universal state, God state. So enjoy. Let go of the drama of the world. Let go of the drama of social media. Let go of drama of our past. Let go of drama of the future, what may or may not happen. And you trust the process. There's a divine plan. The Ascended Masters have talked about the divine plan and been here forever. As long as they've been this era, divine plan fulfilled. Saint Germain's divine plan. and the universe, the creators, the plan, the will of God to be fulfilled. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your week. Enjoy your gift of life.